On Panthers TV in association with Jeremias Chimney Systems, joined by the head coach Corey Neilson. Corey, let's start with the trip to Glasgow. They're a much improved team at the moment. You know, what do you think about them? Where will their threats come?
Yeah, they're playing a lot faster right now. I like actually how they're doing things. But yeah, we have to be our best. I think that for us to be able to beat teams like Glasgow, we have to play a little bit faster. We have to execute a lot better with the puck, and hopefully we get an opportunity to do that this weekend.
And then you come back for Belfast at home. How much harder is it to come back? And I think Belfast have 3 in 4 with their current schedule. But, you know, how much harder is it to come back and play a game after you've had such a long road trip? Because I guess the guys won't get to bed till 5, 6 o'clock. That must be tough on the conditioning.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough both mentally and physically. Depending on how the game goes, how long it extends, how fast it's played in Glasgow will depend a lot on their energy levels. But we're taking well care of. We've got a good bus and we get meals and everything. So, and every team does it. It shouldn't be an excuse. I mean, it is tough. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is tough to reset for the next day. Sometimes your legs are a little heavy, but they're all professionals. They have to make sure they get their bodies ready to go.
We talked how pleased you were with the performance on Saturday night in Belfast. I'm sure you've had time to break it down again. What positive points have you seen now looking back?
Well, just the general compete levels were a lot higher than they were the night before. It's tough. It's tough, those games when Belfast comes out as fast as they did, and Doobie wasn't fantastic in that first period, obviously, and then he was fantastic in the second and third, which gave him the start the next night. But it's just for us, we have to be mentally strong, and this team is, as we've discussed, at times it can be a little bit fragile. It just has to be positive. Its leaders really have to grab it by the scruff of the neck, and so do I. And the situation is that just on the Sunday or the Saturday, the days are all confused. We've played so many games. I found their physical and mental investment in the game was a lot better, especially early in the game. It got me an opportunity when Morsey went down to drop Ricci back to defense, which changed the dynamic a little bit, not only with his physical nature on the defense, but also it gave me an opportunity to double up some guys who are really playing well. And that's a strategy I'm going to try and use as much as I can. It should be conditional on how players are playing. That's the biggest tool as a coach for me is my ability to, if they're going, to give them more ice time, and if they're not, then to deny them. So that's the plan moving forward, and we'll see how it goes.
Just to end, a couple of words on your new signings. Albin Lindgren, the defenseman, if early indications to go from practice, he's going to be that guy that you want, that good puck-moving transitional defenseman, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's what I've been discussing with the group here. Is we just have to move the puck cleaner and faster, and sometimes from an outside perspective you can see, well, they're not scoring goals. They're not scoring goals, or this is happening, or that's happening, and sometimes it's just a case of us being able to exit our zone cleanly with good clean passing from our defensemen, and I'm saying the guys who are currently in the roster aren't doing a great job of that. It's just just a little bit of quality in those situations, like I was talking about in Belfast the first night. Is they got chances and they got goals, but it wasn't from them manipulating a bunch of things in our defensive zone. It was us getting the puck back in our defensive zone, and then by not making that clean exit play, giving the puck right back to them, and then playing a little bit more extended time in your zone, and then we're starting the next line, starting in our own zone, and it kind of cascades and that kind of thing. So if we can, get somebody again who can move the puck positively, and then now we're doing the same thing to them. We're starting in the offensive zone. We're transitioning a lot faster. It's playing defense expends a lot of energy. It's a lot of physical nature, whereas in offense you can float around, move a little faster in different little situations. So it's a big balance here, and I hope that he adds that dynamic for us.
And just finding netminder Peyton Jones, it's not often that you can bring in a netminder partway through the season who's got 3 shutouts, I think 14 wins, something like that. What do you think he will bring you?
Well, just another quality goaltender to put in the net and stop the puck. I think when Doobie's on, he's proven that he's an outstanding goaltender. just need more nights like that. Peyton, he's got the resume, he's got the size, which I really like. He seems to be a really positive, quiet kid, and I'm hoping that just like any other position, you can bring in a guy who can force the best out of his opposite number in the net, and they can fight each other for the net. Then you typically get people's best performances.